Hello. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Sorry about the delay. Brother had to get off of work and try to set everything up. But anyway, man, we are here. We have gathered in the house of HBCU Overdrive. I'm your boy Doc Holiday. This is HBCU Tonight, episode 65. If you haven't done that by now, make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. And now we do it. You know how we do it. Get down to the nitty gritty. Become a subscriber. All you gotta do is just hit the subscribe button on the outside of the chat. Let's go ahead. Let's try to get this up to 3,000, y'all. We already hit 2,000 subscribers on Tuesday. Let's get this to 3,000 and beyond. But if you want to, just hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at HBCU_Overdrive. And you can also follow me on on Facebook at David E. Smith Douglas. That's where you can catch me at right there. Also, you can become an exclusive member. All right, you become an exclusive member. All you do is just hit the join button on the outside of the chat. And also, my moderator does have the link to it inside of the chat. So whenever you get a chance to hit the join button to become an exclusive member of the whole Overdrive family. And last but not least, if you want to go ahead and donate to the channel, you can hit the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can also hit the PayPal, which is David Smith 1925, and you can hit Zelle David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. And if not, you want to do all that, you can also hit the super chat. If you got any questions for our guest tonight, put it in the super chat and let me know. That way, whenever you do it, I will shout you out from there. And also, last but not least, we do got birthdays that's up right now. I think somebody had a birthday this past weekend. But if you do, let me know. Shout you out for your birthday. It is December the 14th. So if you got a birthday right now, you better let me know, because I'll miss you. But other than that, y'all, before we get into it, I want to go ahead and play and let y'all see the new commercial. But as always, after these messages, we'll be right back.
Yo, it's your boy Doc Holiday with HBCU Overdrive. And I am proud to sponsor Merch Sports. Check out his new line of collection, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. It's basically designed to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of black college football. And as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So go ahead and check it out over at shopmerchsports.com. Merch Sports. Merch for the sports enthusiasts.
All right, we back, and like I said, we do got a guest on that's coming on today. He is 2022 first team all SWAC as a tight end. He hails from Ridgeland, Mississippi. Y'all give it up for our boy, Mr. DJ Stevens, up in the building. Mr. DJ Stevens in the building. What's going on, man?
Man, what's up with it, Doc? Glad to be here.
Oh yeah. So now we had to pull some connections. Somebody from a street committee. Saying she had to let everybody know. Hey, why don't you just get DJ up here? He, let him tell his story. But saying, I reached out to you, she reached out to you, and you know what I'm saying, we made it happen right here, y'all. We made it happen. So how you feeling though, man?
I've been doing good, you know, kind of was resting up after the season for a week or two, and then my body healed, and right back to the grind. Me and a couple of the seniors, we've been up at school still working out and stuff, you know, just trying to get ready for pro day and all that, the activities that we're gonna be dealing with in the spring.
Right. And congratulations, you did get your degree last week. What was your degree in?
I got my master's in sports science.
Y'all heard what he said? The man got his master's. He got his
Yes,
master's in sports science.
Yes,
So, all right. So man, okay, so you from Richland, Mississippi, right?
yes, sir.
And what made you matriculate yourself to Jackson State?
My family, just growing up, you know, I grew up in the vet. I can't remember the last time I missed a home game. So, like I said, I really was kind of just born into it. Both my parents went to Jackson State, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins. So it just kind of was just a tradition in my family. So I really ain't had no choice for real.
So when you was coming out of high school, man, what were the other schools that were looking at you as far as playing football, other than Jackson State?
Oh, as far as football, I had mostly just JUCOs. You know, I had some interest from some SWAT schools, Alcorn Valley. But for me, it was just once I got my offer from Jackson State, it kind of was like the other schools. It didn't really matter to me.
So, but that was that the offer that you was looking for, man?
Yeah,
the Jackson State offer.
Yeah, that was like the one, the dream come true offer right there.
See. So you get recruited, and you were recruited by John Hendricks. So tell us how it was playing under Coach Hendricks at the time.
Well, actually, I got recruited by Tony Hughes.
Tony Hughes. Okay.
He the one that he was the head coach when I came here.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it was I say it was different, a lot different than how it is now. Just kind of it wasn't. You know, it just was different. I say just I don't want to speak down on nobody or nothing, but you know, just stuff wasn't being ran as good as, you know, up to par as how we are now.
Right.
But you know, I was a freshman coming out of high school, so I just was trying to, me and my class, the signing class we had, we was trying to come together, you know, kind of help turn the program, start, you know, the rebuilding phase and help turn the program around.
Right. And then, so Coach Hughes gets let go, and then Coach Hendricks took over the program in the middle, you know, towards the end of the season. And then he took over in 2019. What was your experience playing under him?
Coach Hendricks, he was my guy. You know, me and him had a good relationship. He was on that staff the year before. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like when he became the head coach for that team, it just was an easy transformation for us because he knew a lot of us. And we actually had a lot of hype going into that 2019 season. We had some good transfers come in, some big time transfers. And I think we just couldn't, it just was more like a dismal thing with that team because we definitely had the talent that year to have a better record than we had. I believe we finished 4-8. Mm-hmm. But I still, like I said, I still enjoy my time. You know, it was all just a process. I don't regret nothing. So just trying to get better every year.
I appreciate that, man. And then, of course, we all know the end of 2019, Coach Hendricks was let go. 2020 comes in. We, of course, it's COVID, you know, so we had, you know, SWAC had no football in the fall of 2020. But, you know, there were a few splashes in the program here and there. One was Coach T.C. Taylor coming in, you know, being on the staff, and then the big splash. We all know what the big splash was when Deion Sanders came into the program and took over, and basically y'all had your 2021, basically your 2021 for the spring. You had that season, but tell me your experience for when you first heard about Coach Prime coming to Jackson.
When I first heard that Coach Deion was coming, I actually found out from the former tight end Colin Ritchie. He from Dallas, like the same area. He grew up playing like on the Prime Little League team. So he told me probably about a month before, like it even was being talked about. He was like, "Hey, I'm hearing Coach Deion want to come coach here." And just like at the beginning, I'm like, man, I'm shutting it down. I'm like, man, I just can't believe it till I see it. He was like, just trust me. So, as the time went on, he slowly was just like telling me more and more stuff, telling me how he was here looking for a house and stuff. But I really was just shocked once I actually found, like once it was official, like it just kind of felt like a dream again. Like I said, just being able to be coached by a Hall of Famer, NFL Hall of Famer, just all the accolades he got from college all the way to the NFL, and then the fact that he played in the MLB too. And at that time, me and Richie, we were both part of the baseball team at that time too.
Right.
So it just was like I just was really excited and ready to get to work once I knew he was gonna bring that winning culture here. So I was just excited to be a part of it.
Okay, so you played baseball. What was your position?
First base.
First base,
a little third, a little outfield.
Yeah, I played baseball when I was younger. I don't see how I managed to be so skinny to squat down and play catcher.
I was arm on you.
Man, I had somewhat of an arm, bro, and the fact that I really will. I didn't want to be bored out in the outfield. You get when you get in the outfield, it gets boring out there. If ain't nothing coming out there your way,
you fall asleep, and that's when it'll come. When the second you fall asleep,
and it's like, you know what, it's time to go. but that's good that you play baseball. Because I tell people, you just don't, nowadays you don't see a lot of black kids play baseball. I know one thing. If I did have a son right now, I would have told him to play baseball, especially after I see what Shohei Ohtani got in his contract.
That's crazy right there.
That business decision, player business decision. But now you play, so you see it and you believed it. He came in September the 21st, 2020. He came with all the bells and whistles. We already know how we get down. It's Jackson State.
Oh yeah.
What was your first impression of him when you first saw Coach Prime?
Like you said, I was here for the ceremony, so I seen him drive his vehicle into the AAC. I seen the way he was talking, just his confidence stuck out for me. Like everything he said, like he meant, and that just was the first impression I got from him. And I could just tell he was about business, so I just knew that I had to get myself physically and mentally prepared for really just the whole experience.
Okay. So, what was the thing that he told you? Okay, I'm gonna ask that question later. But we go into spring 2021 season, and I was trying to figure out, did you play? I know you played a little bit. Did you play a little bit in the spring season?
Yeah, that spring season, that actually was my first season seeing some action on the offense. I had been playing special teams and stuff, but that was my first, getting my feet wet. So yeah, I did play offense a couple games that year.
Okay.
And then special teams, special teams every game.
Right. What was the evaluation you got from Coach Prime after the spring season heading into the fall? What was his expectations of you for the fall season?
For me, he just one thing that really helped me out was the fact that I did play every special team. So I added value to myself outside of just offense playing tight end. And he really just told me in that exit me going into that summer 2021 that he just wanted me to keep on working, keep grinding, and he wanted me to just not take no backseat role to the starting tight ends, the older guys, because I was the youngest one in the room at that time still. So, he just didn't want me to, just because I was the younger guy, he didn't want me to take a backseat role. So he was just all for just keep on competing, pushing for that top spot.
So 2021, fall 2021, I didn't get a chance to get the stats because I've been rushing trying to get home. But you go in, you leave out, you feel like felt confident as far as what what his expectations was. So coming into 2022, what was your expectations for last season, 2022?
2022. That was my first year starting. Colin Ritchie, he had been a 4 or 5 year starter here. So he had, he kind of had the tight end position on lock. So it was a lot of question marks about our position group. And I just wanted to go out there and prove to everybody that, I could play too. Like, it was really my first opportunity to be a starter. And I just, like I said, that summer and that spring, I just prepared as hard as I could. And I just felt like once the season came, I just took advantage of all the opportunities that were presented to me.
Right. And then, like I said, last season, you burst out on the scene, over 350 yards receiving, 36 receptions. I think 5 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns last year.
4 touchdowns last season. You get into it. We go into the Celebration Bowl in 22. Understanding so we did not get the job done.
Yeah.
But the play I want to talk about was when Shedeur threw the ball to Hayden, which basically would have tied the game.
Yeah.
Instead of winning the game. And he dropped the pass. He felt dejected. What did you tell him when he came back on the sideline after that particular play?
Well, I was on the field. We was in 12 personnel, so we both were on the field at the time. So the drop happened. We went back to 11, so I stayed on the field. But Jency told me there was, Jency, the
yeah, here you go right there.
There you go right there. Everybody know Jency, but Jency, he took care of Hayden. He wrapped his arm around him, took him in the locker room. He was there for him. And then the second that the game was over, I'm in the locker room, like running to the locker room and go find Hayden. And it's just like our whole group, we just like this. So I just wanted him to know, because he was so hard on himself. He thought, he let us down. I just wanted him to know, like, it was so many plays that altered the outcome of that game. And that drop, of course, it was a play. Yeah, it was a play. But, like, that wasn't the only reason that we didn't win the game. So I just wanted him to know that, like, we didn't have no ill feelings toward him. Like, at the end of the day, he's still my brother. I told him, me and him, the last two people to leave the locker room. I stayed with him the whole time until he went with his family. So I just wanted to be there for him as a brother. He like family to me, him and Jensen.
Right. And so, of course, 2022, at the end of the season, we know Coach Prime, he heads up to Colorado. He, basically what we saw from the football program was a mass exodus of players leaving. Also you seen, like I said, a familiar face. Coach TC Taylor get elevated to the head coaching position, which like I said, that's my classmate and everything. And I just knew what he, what to expect from him because of the way that he came up. What were the things that Coach Taylor told you, Coach TC told you, as far as coming into the season, this season?
Just he wanted me to be a leader, not only for my position group, but just for this team. I actually, out of the whole program, I've been around. I was the only player a part of this last team, player and coach that's been here since 2018. So he really just wanted me to use my leadership, lead by example for the incoming player. There was a lot of new players on the team. They didn't know what to expect. So it's just little things like just, the weaker side and just telling them how we hostile environment, just getting them prepared, getting them comfortable, just trying to help my teammates out any way I could by being a leader.
Okay. And of course, with a new, you excelled under Coach Bartolone's his offense. Like I said, you became, first team all SWAC last season in 22, and now you come with a new offensive coordinator with Maurice Harris. What was some things that Maurice Harris told you and Jensen, also Hayden, about what type of offense he was going to run and how he was going to utilize each and every one of y'all?
Well, he came from Ole Miss and Liberty, and I think like at both schools he had like all conference tight ends. And, at Ole Miss he had, I believe, 2 tight ends go to the NFL. So he had the good resume, so he already had our attention when he was hired. And, he just was telling us how the tight end was the second most important position behind quarterback for this offense, just because of all the things we were asked to do.
Right.
Fixed out, H-back, fullback, we could do it all. So, he just was telling us a lot of 12, 11. Like he really said he didn't even like 10 personnel. So, that was music to our ears at tight end. So that means we not coming out the field. But it just was, he was telling us, a lot of 11, 12, 13 personnel, heavy packages. He was just telling us like, hey, he need us to, put the work in, because all 3 of us were going to be playing, which we did this past season.
Right. And there were some glimpses in the season that we saw this season, especially what I saw, that you became more a better blocker. And when it came to the run game, but you still wanted to present yourself as a pass, a pass catching tight end. You entered the season with 20 receptions, 216 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Now, 3 of those touchdowns, you got triple.
Oh yeah.
So basically, excuse my language, everybody, my man showed his ass against UAPB.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop him. How did you feel after that game when you knew you had 3 touchdowns? Like, I ain't had this many in one game. I got this many in one game. Like, how did it feel though?
I had in my whole football career since high school, I think the most touchdowns I scored in the game was 2. So, and then in college, I only had 1. Like every game that I scored, it would be 1 touchdown. So, it was. I ain't gonna say it was shocking, because I know what I'm capable of. I know what my teammates capable of. Like, we could did that week in, week out, but it just was like relieving, like that. It just actually, happened.
Yeah, like I was, I looked at it, I was like, bro, hold on now. My man that got 3 of them things.
Oh yeah.
So I figured, like, man, look, you close. Yeah, I'm almost close to 100 yards in that game too. But the first touchdown that you scored was the 70-yard run.
Yeah.
I was like, tell me how did that feel? Because I'm like, big boy's about to go downfield, y'all.
Oh yeah. Now all I had to do was get that, cause they had blitz to the side that I ran the little out route to. So it really was nobody over there. It was the safety and Kobe, he demolished that safety for me. So I had to get the job done once I got that block.
Okay. And so we all, everybody had expectations. We all had high expectations as far as getting back to the SWAC championship game, getting back to the Celebration Bowl. It didn't pan out the way that we wanted to, but y'all gave Coach TC an actual winning season, going 7-4. What were some games that you feel like you kind of could have done better as an individual, where it could have spread out to everybody else on the team?
I really feel like that after every game. I always, even after wins, first thing we doing Sunday morning is pulling up that film and watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Harris, he always tell us to be our own biggest critic, and I just feel like that's what I try to do. I'm like, of course, you want to be proud of the good plays and stuff, because that's what you're supposed to do. But
Right.
I'm always just looking to see like what I messed up on right here. So I really just feel like every game this season I could have did more than what I did.
All right. So yeah, man. I gotta get Jency on here one time, man. I gotta get him on here because I'm making it funny though. What was some thing? What are the things that you wanted to leave at Jackson State? What type of legacy that you want to leave at Jackson State for the next person coming in to that's coming into your position?
I really just wanted to like leave a legacy through my performance, not only on the field but off the field, just really showing the future recruits and anybody that's looking for any schools, like where they undecided where they want to go. I just want to show them an example of what a real blue Bengal Tiger is. Like, Jackson State, it don't matter what situation we get put in, we go through water crisis in the city, have to deal with crime. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff we had to go through, but we always just fight through the adversity. And that's just the kind of legacy I want to leave behind. Just no matter what you go through in life, just always just keep pushing.
Okay. Yeah, man. Hold on now. Jesse crazy right here talking about DJ for president. Yeah, we got to get Jesse on here, man. We got to get him on here.
Jesse a fool, man.
We got to get him on here, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your masters, you got your bachelors, you got your masters. You play with pretty much one of the best, a Hall of Famer as your head coach. You play for the proverbial hometown son in Coach TC Taylor. What's next for DJ Stevens?
Like I kind of spoke on it earlier, right now, just really getting my body back right, getting it back healthy. Just starting in January, I'll be going somewhere, train, like get ready for pro day, probably about 6-7 weeks, and then the Legacy Bowl, I will be participating in that. That'll be February.
Okay.
That'll be February 24th, so that'll be another big event for me.
Right, and it's down the road in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, New Orleans. So yeah, right now I'm just getting ready to give myself. I just want to give myself an opportunity and just put forth the best effort that I can to get that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Just see what happens when April comes around.
Okay. I know you told me we was talking you chit-chatted with me yesterday. You met up with Deuce McAllister. So how was meeting up with Mr. McAllister, Saints.
Yeah, he well, actually, I'm gonna give him a shout out first because I'm a Saints fan, so I grew up watching the Saints. And he grew up watching him, Pierre Thomas, Reggie Bush. So like, he like somebody I really look up to. But it's crazy because Zion McDonald, that's his uncle.
Right.
So he been coming and watch. You know, he was coming to me and Zion went to original high together.
Mm-hmm.
He been coming to watch me play and stuff. So you know, he know the type of person I am, type of player I am. So I reached out to him after the season, just you know, kind of as like a mentor, as helping me transition into this next stage, the professional level.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, you know, in New Orleans don't get it done. No, there's a certain team out here in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Put that star on your helmet.
Oh. Hey, but look, the way I feel, I really don't care what team it is. I just want an opportunity. I promise.
Yeah, I really want that opportunity for you. It doesn't matter who comes pick you up. I said the same thing about James Houston. I said the same thing about Zay Bolden. Even with other players from other HBCUs, Marquise Bell with from FAMU with my Cowboys right now, Isaiah Land, anybody that's coming from our ranks as far as HBCUs, you know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna cheer for them. It doesn't matter what team you go to. Y'all are to me, y'all one of a kind. Other than that, so let's just say if anything doesn't kind of work out, what are the other plans what's your fallback plan? We all gotta have a fallback.
Yeah, you know, I got a couple options. I got 2 degrees, so I can go in either one of them 2 fields. I kind of been having like coaching in the back of my mind. Cause I just feel like that's something that sports is just something I'm really passionate about. So, and then if I did coach, I would want to. I don't know. I like to do both. I feel like baseball and football because actually baseball is that really my main sport. I played that from the age of 4 to my junior year of college. I didn't start playing football until my junior year of high school. So,
okay.
Yep.
So basically you still a novice at playing football.
Yeah, it's still some stuff I'm still kind of learning, but you know, baseball, that's what I grew up playing. So,
all right, man. But I appreciate you for joining us tonight. I know it's a little bit late, but I think it was the only time I would have had, unless I would have did it tomorrow. But I know you probably have some other things to do for the weekend. But let everybody know where they can find you at on social media.
My Instagram, you can follow me at supreme.dj, and that's Supreme spelled with 2 E's at the end. So supreme.dj, and then Twitter at DJ Stevens. I believe it's DJ_Stevens. And then maybe I'm just pull it up real quick. I don't want to tell it.
I think
okay, on Twitter it's at DJ Stevens and 2 S's at the end of Stevens.
I'm gonna see if Jensen want to come up. Jensen, I'm about to send the link to you, bro.
Oh yeah, tell Jensen to join.
Come on, Jensen, join us. Join us, man. See, man, it's kind of crazy because, like I said, man, I remember. It's funny because I remember watching TC when we was in college, and like I said, we both came in same class. I didn't play sport, but I seen him, and I just seen what he did on the field, and I see what he doing as a head coach. It all came around in full circle. Yep. So it came. You said,
Jensen, come over here. You in your room?
You might well come on over there, man.
Tell me if you in your room, come over here, Jensen.
But yeah, hey, I got Tamona, come on up if you can. Come on up.
Is Jensen in his room? Hey, see if Jincy over there. You don't have a truck right now. You don't have a truck.
He said he about to use the link.
Oh, okay.
Tamona asked you, what's your most memorable play in your football career?
I don't know. I really got time for first place because my first touchdown, homecoming versus Campbell, that was a big play for me. Yeah, that was a big one right there. Just doing that in the home crowd, that was about 50-something thousand. And the fact that it was the first touchdown of the game, we was kind of struggling on offense. I think we had kicked 3 field goals at that point. So that touchdown kind of like, it was big for that game. But the second moment that I kind of got like in the tie for first place would be the Celebration Bowl touchdown because, we was down 10-0. They had kind of jumped out on us. And I had scored that touchdown, and I feel like that kind of, helped get the team hype, get the team. I just wanted to, because it kind of felt like we were sleepwalking the first couple minutes. So I just wanted to, with that touchdown, it just felt like, just telling them we here to play football too. So it's kind of a time for them two plays right there.
Okay. And then she asked you, how excited are you for the Legacy Bowl?
I'm real excited about the Legacy Bowl, especially my roommate, Deontay. He's not here right now, but he got the invite, and then John Huggins, I was working out with him earlier, and he told me he just got the invite. So, I'm rooting for even more of my teammates to come. I just want us to all go down there and just showcase our talents and, just show everybody what we can do.
Okay.
Put on for the Jack.
All right. So now I got another question for you. If Jiffy gonna come on this thing. Was there any time last season where you thought about hitting a transfer portal?
Nah, the transfer portal, that never really, I never really I didn't think about leaving. The only way I was gonna leave if, I was forced to leave. So for me, it just was, I'm at home, so this was my last year. I wouldn't want to spend my last year nowhere else. So I had my mindset on getting back to Atlanta from the second that we walked off the field in Atlanta last year. The only thing on my mind was just getting back.
Oh man, somebody is knocked out over there.
Man, that's my homeboy. He's fresh out of work.
All right.
Yeah,
man, we got the boy Jesse up here. What's up, man?
With the business here, bro. With the business here.
Man, we got the boy Jesse up here. Somebody got turn TV down.
I got an echo?
Turn your TV down.
My TV?
Yeah.
You got the echo going. Oh, let me see.
Okay.
I think we might be straight now. Who can't hear you? You on mute?
Unmute yourself.
All right, still
might
echo.
be straight now.
You got a little. You still got.
Are you playing
you
got the
on
video
your
in the
phone?
background? That's what I'm saying.
All right, still echo.
Be straight now.
You got a little. You still got. Are you playing?
You got the
on
video
your
in the
phone?
background? That's what I'm saying. Man, we're gonna have to kick you out, Jesse.
Let's see if he come back on.
Yeah. Technical.
Yeah, Jesse got to turn the TV down. Oh man. Have you what have you told the freshmen, the freshmen that came in this past season? What was some of the things you was letting them know how everything operated?
Just letting them know from the jump that we all here to work. Like, of course we're gonna have fun. it's college. You're gonna have your fun, but we just, especially for freshmen, you gotta tell them how important it is to get that work done first, and that's football, schoolwork, everything.
You good now, man?
I'm good now.
All right. What's going on? Oh, what's going on, man?
Can't
What's
call
going
my
on?
spot a pimping.
I feel you. How you feeling, man? I know you was hurt most of the season. How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I started rehab last week and everything, so just getting ready for January, the spring season.
January. Okay. So what's the set timetable for you to do full contact?
Oh, I'm back, baby.
You said I'm back.
You can't hold me down for too long, man. You can't hold me down for too long.
Oh man. Oh man, you good, man. You good. So man, so tell me how you feel about this season, bro.
I felt like it was a good year, being able to play with DJ and play behind DJ and just learn from him, Coach O, Hayden. Because out the three of us, I'm the youngest. So just being able to learn from all three of them. I mean, well, for all three of them and Caleb, the GA. It was a good year for me to learn and get ready for the next year.
Okay. So what's some of the goals that you want to get as far as for next season? Because you're gonna be the man that's stepping in.
I ain't lying. Actually, my goal is like asking a kid what he want to be when he get old. It's just so big that I can't even say all of them. I really want TC though. I want TC real good. That's really what I want.
Wait a minute, time out. You want TC receiving record?
Yeah, that's really what I want.
Oh man, you better let J-Mo tell him give you the ball every time.
Me and Kobe, see DJ know me. DJ, you can ask DJ know me.
Oh yeah,
me.
Hey, he gonna let him know. He gonna let the quarterback know the tight end always open.
Oh, just do it to me.
Every day.
Hey man, hey. So your first touchdown was against South Carolina State, man, and it was a 32-yard pass play, and all I say was it looked like a screen, and then you took off on the left side, and nobody could catch you. That's one of your. I think that's one of your strengths as far as you being a tight end. I wouldn't say you're not as a big tight end, but you have speed that nobody can really, they can't really cover you like that. Yeah. How did it feel getting that first touchdown for yourself?
I mean, it felt good. You can ask DJ because really, I wasn't supposed to get that touchdown. If we're gonna be honest, their play really was for DJ. But if you go watch the play before, DJ ran out of bounds for like a 5-yard play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then I got subbed in. They called a play. The play was supposed to. It was like 32, 31 or something like that.
Something like that. Just to get
the first down. The play wouldn't even cause me to score. But me being me,
gotta get in that box.
I gotta get this up. But it felt good, man. It felt good having everybody in the stand support. I had my brother was there, DJ. When I went to the sideline, everybody was just hyped. So it just felt good getting there for me, my first time ever. But that was my second catch for a touchdown. So yeah, that felt good.
All right. And then you go, because you're from Louisiana.
Yeah.
We play Southern. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to call them Southern. I'm gonna call them the school down 55. And the school down 55. So how was it? What was your emotion going into that game right there? Both of y'all. How was y'all emotion going into the boombox?
For this year, we came off a big loss the week before, so we really was just like, as a team, we just were pissed off. That was the whole mood that week. Like that was the hardest week of practice. Like coaching staff, players, we just all pissed. Like we knew how big that game was the week before. So it wasn't nothing we could do after it was over. So the main thing for us was just, ain't nobody else better to take it out on than Southern, especially at their home field. So it was really just the mentality for us to come in your trap, take over your trap.
Oh, what was your most
team? funny, boy.
Answer that question, Jen.
Southern.
What team do they look forward to playing the most? It's hard to just pick one, so I have to do top three.
Yeah, give both of y'all. Give me y'all top three.
All right, for me, I'm gonna say Tennessee State. I know we ain't playing this past year, but that was always, like that's a game we're gonna get hyped for.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee State, Southern, and Alcorn. Them the top three for me.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Jeff?
I'm gonna say Southern, FAMU, and Grambling.
Grambling.
Why Grambling? Or other because of another Louisiana school?
Yeah, and I got a lot of people that go there. And this year, I don't want to say too much about the schedule this year, but I just said a lot without saying enough. If you could pick up what I'm saying, I said a lot without saying enough just now.
Okay.
I already know. We got it back on the schedule. We got back on the schedule for the next for the coming season. I know we got Louisiana Monroe. I think that's the first game of the season. If I'm not mistaken, it might be our first. It might be your first game of the season next year. So they ain't number going down the road. It's going. I call it going down the street. But I know FAMU. That game is October the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. Because I don't know if that might be homecoming. Because that's homecoming.
FAMU and the Jet.
We need that.
And it's crazy because I just came back from Tallahassee, and I don't know. I just seen as far as their team play wise, it really didn't look like anything that's different than from what I'm seeing with like all the other schools.
Mm-hmm.
But I just saying it was just a lot of speed on the field.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a lot of those boys ain't gonna be there next season because they all leaving out.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a whole new team.
Yeah.
So so Jesse, I know because you the one that's gonna be in there. Are we gonna atone for this 28-10 loss against FAMU this past week?
Most definitely. It's hard to speak on what I think we're gonna do to them. But yeah, we will.
All right. I know for you.
Yeah, see, you already know. Yeah, I don't
even though I won't be on the field next year, I'm still. We got to get that get back. We got to. That's mandatory.
It said, man, that man said mandatory.
Hey,
Jason. So, how did you feel about your difference between playing for Coach Prime and playing for TC? How you feel about both? What is your feeling about that?
I say playing for Coach Prime and playing for Coach TC is two different people. When you look at the personalities and like offensive schemes and everything, it was both two great experiences. But I'll just say with Coach TC, it's just more football. It was football 24/7, and that was pretty much it. We was allowed to be ourselves around each other, around the coaching staff, and just be free. Prime, love Prime to death. Man, I ain't that much, and I ain't no reality TV superstar. Me personally, I ain't
no actor neither.
I ain't no actor. I ain't Denzel, Will Smith. So I can't really.
Mr. Price asked you, was the energy at the vet? Was it what you wanted this season, or would you want more?
See, I ain't even gonna. I'm gonna say this. I feel like it wasn't the same as the year before, but I just feel like as the players, we want to take the blame for that, because if you think about the 4 home games we had, Bethune, that came down to about the last play. Like that's a game I feel like we should have handled them pretty good. Mm-hmm. Then the homecoming game, we all know that was a big letdown. So then Texas Southern, that came down to the last play. Alcorn, then we couldn't get the job done in that game. So I can't even blame the fans as far as like it definitely was different. I ain't gonna lie, it was different. But I just feel like a lot of that was on us. Like we the ones that gotta get the fans up out their seat. So we could have did a better job on our part.
Okay.
Now that's a good point. I ain't even think of it like that. But I'd say after piggybacking off DJ, we do need a little bit more though. Just like
Oh yeah, it can always get better though.
the people who sit right behind the bench, the home side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need. I don't know who they are. Love you. We need more. We need
more.
When I was hurting, I look back. They be on their phone. You got people going to sleep, legs cocked up. I'm like, Lord,
man.
I know we ain't that bad to look at.
I remember when we went 7-4. I think last year I was at school there at Jackson. I know we went 7-4. I think that was Coach Hughes, Judge Hughes, his first season. No, his second season, and it was, I don't know what we was on. We was still rowdy up in there. I think we was on one back in the early 2000s, in the late 90s, early 2000s. That just let you know how old. Like I'd be like, damn, I really just told my age, and it's crazy because my stepson is going to Jackson too, and he's doing his online. But I'm like, damn, I'm really showing my age, bro. But man, I know y'all want to get that. Y'all want to get that energy back into the vet. Y'all try to get people to come in. Do you have any thing that you want to change, kind of change from a game experience? Since now, DJ, you're gonna be a spectator now because you ain't gonna be on the field no more. What do you think might need to change as far as game day experience? Like the game experience for the casual fan.
I don't know. We just gotta bring some excitement, you know. Like you just gotta get people pumped up. You gotta kind of get people going. Just, you know, maybe a little more excitement with the announcer when he's saying certain things, like third down, everybody get up. Like when you're saying third down, everybody get up, you can't just say it like you just talking. Like, you know, you gotta kind of third down, like come on, man.
Yeah.
Like let's just get the stadium rocking. Like we got the biggest LCS stadium in the country, so I just feel like we need to take advantage of that. And I just feel like we're not hostile enough. Like when these other teams come in here, they should be coming out. You know they don't bring no fans already. So they should be coming out when they see 30, 40,000 blue and white pom-poms shaking in the air. We just need to keep that same energy throughout the game. I just think we just need a more hostile environment at the vet.
I agree with you on that one.
Just way more hostile. Because when we go to them other swing schools, they letting us have it. They not holding back at all.
Yeah, I was at FAMU last weekend. I was like, bro, it's raining and it's still like 14,000 folks out there, and I'm still here, and I'm like, student section just going off on one side, student section on the other side going off. The March 100, they just, I don't know what the hell they be playing, but they be playing something up in there, and then it was just the announcer. It just got that. You know what I'm saying? You got that feeling. And then, you know what's so crazy though? I even talked to the AD Sykes. I never, like I said, I love Ashley there. You know what I'm saying? I chopped it up with Ashley there too. But that lady right there got some, man, she be into the game. Like who you got money on? Come on. You know, but it's just something. I understand we need that excitement. We need to get that energy pumped up in there. Not artificial. We need natural.
Real natural noise. You know, just if you're gonna come to the game, you know, it's okay to be clean. You gotta fit on it, whatever. But you know, we out there trying our hardest. I promise you, every game we trying our hardest. Only thing we ask of y'all is just cheer us on. That's all we ask.
All right. So who y'all got in the Celebration Bowl this Saturday, man? Who you got? FAMU Howard.
I like Howard by 35. 35.
Woo!
Yeah, 35.
Say 35.
35.
35-0 my final game predictions, Howard.
Wow.
Now I'm gonna be realistic. I think FAMU should win the game, but we all know how the Celebration Bowl go. You got to actually go out there and win it. Like it don't matter who better on paper. So for me, I think FAMU gonna win, but at the same time, I just got to tune in Saturday and just watch. But I'm gonna go with FAMU though.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Howard did put 50 on Central like a couple weeks ago, so
I'm saying,
it can't happen.
You might be right, Jess.
I think it's gonna happen. I think Howard gonna go up there and dominate, and then next year we'll win. So we'll be the first.
Oh, yeah, this will be the last year that FAMU would get to go to that. For a little minute.
For some time.
For some time.
Until we get tired of going.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the sound of that, man. But I appreciate both of y'all for jumping on. Man, let everybody know where they can find you at, bro.
I'm Jency Riley Jr. All social media is Jency Riley Jr. And that's me.
Jency Riley. That's the real prime. That's what people want to know. It's the real prime.
What is he talking about, bro? What is he doing?
Riley is the real prime time. Everybody around campus know that Jency that's prime. Like he the real prime.
I don't know what this dude talking about.
I promise you.
He talking outside his neck right now.
Man, but I appreciate both of y'all for joining us, man. I appreciate you, DJ. Congratulations on you on continued success. Jency, man, you said you're gonna be ready by January. We're gonna check it out and see, especially during the spring game. Check you out. I'm trying to come back down there, drive all the way from Dallas, get here to Jackson. Ain't no but a 6-hour drive. I ain't tripping. But we gonna continue this, and I'm gonna continue. DJ, I'm gonna go ahead and continue trying to. I want to see if we could chronicle your from what you're doing in January's Legacy Bowl, and then of course with NFL.
Mm-hmm. So just, I'm gonna be training the whole month of January, and then most of February leading up to whenever we report for the Legacy Bowl. Then I'll be participating in the Legacy Bowl, come back and finish up training. And I don't know the exact date for a pro day yet. I just know it's always in March.
Yeah.
I'll be training up until that day. And then after that, like I said, it's just more after pro day, it's more kind of just sit back and see what happens at that point.
All right, man. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one, man. We'll catch up with you. Jency, I'm gonna have to get you one-on-one again on the show, probably like next year, beginning of the year.
All right, cool.
All right. Y'all be easy.
All right,
y'all. All right, Jens.
All right, Dwayne.
All right, Prime.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus, man. Hey, that was nice. That was cool. That was great, man. Both of them good kids and everything. But let's you don't y'all leave out from here, because we got Celebration Bowl talk, and we got to talk about what the hell going on with Coach McNair and between Alcorn and Texas Southern. And so if my little sis Timona is still on the chat, I want you to come up if you can. But before we get into that, gotta go back to another commercial from our good old sponsor.
Yo, it's your boy Doc Holliday with HBCU Overdrive, and I am proud to sponsor Merch Sports. Check out his new line of collection, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. It's basically designed to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of black college football. And as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So go ahead and check it out over at shopmerchsports.com. Merch Sports. Merch for the sports enthusiasts.
All right. As you see, I already got the merchandise on right now. Go check it out. Merchsports.com. You know what I'm saying? And y'all already know who he is. It's Merch Pack, FAMU grad. I appreciate him for being the one that, I want to sponsor his, all his merchandise and everything. So I know I got some more. He got some more stuff coming into for me. The Hoop Gods and Goddesses collection, so I'm gonna rock that too. But man, make sure y'all check this out. Like I said, it is the Black College Football Fan Experience. We're gonna try to get some things as far as getting a discount code, but make sure y'all go check it out. Shopmerchsports.com. But other than that, y'all, man, we got, like I said, we got Celebration Bowl coming up right now, this weekend. Howard versus FAMU. Pretty much it's tale of two different styles of offenses. It's a tale of two different styles of defenses. But when you get with Howard, you got Quentin Williams, who is pretty much an established starter. I think he's a 3-year starter for Howard. You got a three-headed running back with Eden James, Jared Hunter, and what's the other kid's name? I always forget. Ian Wheeler. Also, you got the switchblade. You got Mr. Doing Everything, Casey Hawthorne. As far as the defense goes, for Howard, you got that defensive line up front who is not the biggest, but they are the quickest. With Brokenberg coming off of the edge. As far as the offensive line goes, you got massive 6'7", 350-pound Anin Dankwa, who holds down the left side of the offensive line. You pretty much with Howard offensive line averages over 325 pounds. They are big. They are massive. Now, when it comes, and also you have the best safety in the game right now with Kenny Gallup, who is the Aeneas Williams Awards finalist out there. On the side of FAMU, come on up, Timona. I need you come on up. On the side of FAMU, of course, you got 2-year starter Jeremy Musa running the show. All playmakers on the field. As far as the running game goes, you have a 300 running back also with Terrell Jennings, with Kelvin Dean and Jaquez Yant. Receivers, 2 of the fastest receivers on the field in Jamarie Sharee and Marcus Riley, who's transferred from Bethune-Cookman. Sharee is transferred from Texas State. Offensive line, they are led by Cam Colvin. Also, you have Jalen Goff, Ashton Grable. What's my guy name? Cardell Thomas transferred from LSU. And as far as tight end, Kamari Young is the tight end. On the defensive side of the ball for FAMU, is led by Gentle Hunt. Coming off the edge is Anthony Dunn. In the middle of the box, will be Isaiah Major, the SWAC Defensive Player of the Year for FAMU. And then on the back end for the defense with FAMU, you have Javin Morgan, Kendall Bowler, Jordan Moore. I think it's another one up here, but if you know, as far as when it comes down to it, you have those players right there. But as far as what I'm saying is with the Celebration Bowl, I wish I would be like Jincy. I wish I would be like Jincy and say Howard by 35, but I'm gonna be a realist. I'm gonna be real. I've seen both teams play. You know, both teams play on TV. I've seen FAMU play in person. Only thing for Howard is can Howard's offensive line neutralize FAMU's pressure on the defense, attacking pressure on the defensive line. Also, can Howard's defense get to Jeremy Musa and let him play like Musa? But other than that, man, I have Howard winning the Celebration Bowl Saturday by 14, 34-20. I have him winning by 14, 34-20. Okay. And the only reason why I got them winning by that much is because I don't think FAMU have that much depth on the defensive line to stop that three-headed rushing attack from Howard. I just don't see it. Drop the link. I'm about to drop the link for you. I just don't see it. Other than that, man, we got to get into this coaching chaos that I keep hearing about between Texas Southern and Alcorn, both schools in the West. We already know Mr. Ford done fired everybody in the West except for Alonzo Hampton and Bubba McDowell. He said everybody in the West need to be fired except for those two right there. Ain't no problem, KD. Ain't no problem. No problem. Yeah, Howard's physicality is the big talk. Howard is very physical. What's up, sis? What's happening? What's up, Braxton?
He has not went to sleep.
He don't believe in sleep.
Go to sleep. Anyway,
what's going on
about these coaches?
Yeah, let's talk about these coaches, man, because I'm trying to figure out. I've been at work, and so Brandy in the street committee she always hit me up and let me know.
Well, if your coach is still at your alma mater or still at your school, drop a heart in the chat. If your coach is still at your university recruiting, drop a heart in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
G was on somebody's show earlier today, SWAC Talk or something like that. And
SWAC Talk.
He said that He's about 50% sure that Fred's staying at Alcorn now.
So you think he's staying at Alcorn?
I don't think anything. I always thought it was a power play to make Alcorn give him the money that he wanted.
I said the same thing. I said that yesterday. I said it was a power. I said it was a power play. It was a leverage play. And he's playing it the way that he wants to play it. Now, if Alcorn ain't gonna give him the years and the money like that, then yeah, I'm out the door.
But I mean, Texas Southern was offering. Well, I'm not gonna say they were offering. Texas Southern on the according to Blake Levy, that the amount that they're getting approved tomorrow morning is for $313,000. Now, here's a couple of things as to why he said he sent out allegedly a text message that said, "I'm still the head coach," which I don't know. For me, he's still under contract till when? Tomorrow? Because I know tomorrow is the last day for...
It's the last day of his contract.
I don't know if it's the last day for his contract. I do know that it's the last day for McKinney's contract.
Right.
I don't know if it's the last day for McNair's contract, though. But if you look at the day that it was signed on Monday. You're not going to move forward with something. I put it on there. You could pull it up.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Hey, Lo, I will not be at Jerry World Saturday. That's an early morning game.
It says this meeting is tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. So at 9:15 a.m., the Board of Regents agenda, and it said the position is vacant as of December 16th.
Right.
And basically they're trying to get a contract term is 4 years for $313,000. But do you see the date that it was signed? It was signed on the 11th,
which was Monday.
Right. It says request approval to appoint and negotiate the employment contract for head football coach. You're not going to sit up there and get that particular certain amount of money if you hadn't talked to somebody.
Right. But it wasn't a lie that he was in Houston a couple weeks ago.
You talk about after the game? Is he pulling a prime? Because they're saying that he said he ain't talked to Texas Southern.
Well, my source said that he was in Houston like a week after the Soul Bowl.
Not
like a week or two after the Soul Bowl. Yeah.
I mean, that's when the first things came out. That's when the first little whispers came out about somebody losing their coach.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't nobody really make no big noise about it. I might have said some like, I was probably throwing some shade or something like that. But nobody just went outright and said that he was going to Texas Southern. I thought the other guy was at the forefront.
Who?
What happened to him?
Who?
The other coach that they named for Texas Southern. It was totally different.
Oh, so it was a couple of names for Texas Southern. It was Brett Maxey, who played at Texas Southern back in the day. Mickey Joseph, who was the interim coach at Nebraska.
Oh yeah, that's who Mr. Ford said that he wanted at Grambling, but when I Googled his name, I was like, oh Lord. I mean, the charges were dismissed, but it's still, you Google their name, that's the first thing that comes up.
Yeah, it is true though. The whispers of Fred and Texas Southern was when they went to Houston.
I mean,
that Sunday.
Hey, homie.
So it was the
You know,
whispers
black
because
folks can't hold. You know, black folks can't hold water.
nah, they was holding water on this one.
They wasn't holding no water because when they said it, I went into roughing the swag. And the same way I told folks to comment in the chat if you still got your head coach, and Alcorn was like, y'all, you ain't talking about us. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong.
Well, you already. Here's the thing, though. We already knew that Coach McNair was really working, coaching under in his last year of his contract, which basically, like I said, is going to expire tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to expire tomorrow. So after tomorrow, he's not going to be the head coach of Alcorn unless Alcorn come up with something. It's
I think they said, well, G's the last thing that G said is that they offer him a little bit under what Texas Southern offered him as the final offer. They offered him something that's a little bit under what he was going to get at Texas Southern. So if they're expecting for him to get paid $313,000 at Texas Southern, Alcorn offered him a little bit underneath that.
Yeah.
I mean, so the question becomes, I'm thirsty, Mom. This one is offering him 4 years, but I feel like Texas Southern will give him the full 4 years.
And yeah, and then
I feel like Alcorn, he gonna have a little bit more pressure on him because he held out for so long.
I mean, my whole thing is whatever contract he takes, you look at it to where he, when it comes to here in Texas, like I said, no state tax. So he's only he's only going to pay probably maybe 50,000 out of his for federal tax and everything. So I'm looking at it like the best play for him is to go to Texas Southern. Because the reason why I say that is because, and it's the same thing I said yesterday. It's all about the, what you got. Like, you have a lot of you have a little bit more than what you had at Alcorn. You had issues with having trainers on staff. You also had issues with the athletic director, who's an interim athletic director. You also had issues with the interim president. So even if Texas Southern has an interim president, the athletic director is trying to pull all the strings for him to get, to make his way down there. Now, if you stay at Alcorn, of course, with Alcorn, you got name and prestige because you are Alcorn.
So Amber's saying that the cost of living in Texas is higher.
It is. It is higher. Trust me.
So I think he was getting paid around $255,000 per year, maybe. That stretches. So that $255,000 in Mississippi, it might be an equivalent of a $350,000 in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying that he would be eligible for his retirement in just 3 years. He wants to retire in Mississippi.
I mean, yeah, I understand he want to retire, but if you still want to coach, if you still have a passion to coach, then yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, to me, it is what it is.
So, what do you think about people saying that HBCU podcasters should wait until an official makes an announcement before you discuss things? What do you think about that statement?
Stop putting it out there for us to jump up on it. That's what I say. Stop putting it out there for us to jump up on it. If it's if you know it's not true, if you know it's not true, just to see who gonna dangle, dangle in front of us and see who gonna take the first bite. That's on you.
I don't know. I feel like there was some shade being thrown in regards to people speaking on well, HBCU podcasters trying to break the news. But if a podcaster is basing their news off of an HBCU journalist, doesn't the integrity then fall on the HBCU journalist who published the article?
I mean, it falls.
So
The integrity
Ken
falls up under
Rashad,
them.
Ken Rashad is supposedly Ken Rashad is a highly respected journalist in
Yeah.
HBCU spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's publishing something on HBCU Sports and is saying Fred McNair is going to be hired as Alcorn's next, or no, Fred McNair is going to be hired as Texas Southern's next head coach. Why wouldn't we discuss that if that's what Ken Rashad says? And then if not only Ken Rashad picks it up, then you have WLBT picking it up, Sports Illustrated picking it up. So this is my thing. Sometimes people, even in these camps, will leak things to certain people because they know that they're going to run their mouth. For instance, when AD Ashley Robinson, they had him already crystal ball and he was on a farm at Prairie View. Already out the gate. He had his farm and everything else. And it turned out that he wasn't planning on leaving Jackson State. Or maybe he was, we'll never know. But what we do know is that the person that leaked that information, he was supposedly somebody who had done his time in as a journalist in HBCU spaces. So sometimes these coaches actually don't mind you talking about it because they want you to talk about it, because if you're talking about it, that means that alumni are calling. They're going to be calling like, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What do you mean you guys are hiring? He's going to Texas Southern. You need to go ahead and fix this. What does he want?" And it creates a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
And then the coach is able to either get that raise or whatever it is that he's looking for, he gets it.
Right.
So for me, I feel like if you're reporting like malicious information, that's one thing. But if somebody's putting out something like that, there's nothing wrong with people discussing it in these SWAC spaces or HBC.
That's what I said. And that's what I said. Like if like when Kim Rashad, you know what I'm saying, very well respected in the HBCU world, Grambling alum and everything. So like some of the stuff that he puts out, I mean, majority of the stuff that he put out is, is not to create fluff, it's not to create any kind of chaos. It's really what he's putting out is news. So so if he puts out there like, okay, Coach McNair is leaving,
it's gonna put some fire behind. It's gonna put some fire behind whomever, because he was Fred McNair not in a meeting within a couple hours of that dropping? Within a couple hours of it dropping, it was released that they are currently in a meeting going over the logistics of his contract, trying to come to a consensus on what he wants. So for me, it's like, it's not any different than CNN saying, breaking news, we have reports that I'll give you an example.
Such and such.
I have a perfect example. I don't want to say it was CNN. It wasn't CNN. It was Fox News. So there was some type of traffic accident where a man crashed into, I guess he was like in Washington D.C. or something like that, and he had a medical emergency, and he crashed his car, and his car exploded.
Mm-hmm.
So Fox News was like, breaking news, there's a terrorist attack. CNN was like, breaking news, there was an accident, more coming, developing news. MSNBC was like, there was 3 or 4 different stories that was put out all about this same accident that took place, and
But it
everybody
was like 3, but it was 3 different ways that they put it out.
right. So I feel like I don't feel like there's anything wrong with doing it. That's what it's all about. HBCU spaces, and we're talking about talking about things. And when G came on, the stuff that he was saying that he feels like they need, I think those are small fixes.
Yeah.
Because Prime, if you think about it, Prime is older, and he has some things that he's set in his ways about. I don't know if it was just for TV, but I know he told them folks that they better not have their phones out. In the locker rooms, you better not have your phone out.
Well, yeah. I mean, but that's old. I think that's old school right there. I think that's old school, but the simple fact that my whole thing is that's Prime. Prime is a whole different. You know what I'm saying? Prime is a whole different animal when it comes down to it. But
so like the only thing that I would say, like I'll give an example. I went and got on my show and I said, reporting that Coach Willie Simmons, that Tulane has shown interest in him, and who else? Middle Tennessee. Mm-hmm. So I went to the source to who said it, and I guarantee you, I can go to Kyle Mosley's Twitter right now, and I will not find. You won't find no smoke of any Rattlers in their comments telling him that he shouldn't be publishing that article, because they don't care. They only care because I said something about it, and so now it's like, oh, you trying to start mess. No, that's what Kyle Mosley said. He works for Sports Illustrated. And if you really had a problem with it, then you guys should have spoken to Mr. Mosley, right?
Right.
But I don't know. I think names on the jersey, I think it goes against whether or not you're going to have individualism or put it all together, because wasn't it Penn State that didn't have names on the back of their jerseys?
Penn State has never had names on the back of the jersey. Joe, at the time when he was still living, Joe Paterno believed that you played for the school. Even with Penn State, they didn't even have the name of the school on the front. You just had to play. No, for real. It was just a plain Navy. It was a plain Nittany Lion navy blue jersey with the white pants and some black and white Nikes that they played in. Like, they didn't believe, he did not believe in playing for. He didn't believe in individualism. He believed that you played for a team. Everybody looked the same way. But when Prime, like last season when Prime came
Notre Dame too. So I mean,
Notre Dame did at one point in time. Notre Dame did have names on the back of their jerseys for a little bit.
I want to say that there's a couple of Power 5 teams right now that they do not put the names on the back of their jerseys as of last year, because I remember it became a big debacle last year, and they don't have the names. And then there's some FCS teams as well. My narrative was, don't say that HBCUs are too broke, but the white colleges, they don't believe in individualism.
I mean, I don't watch. I've watched Alcorn for the longest. Even with Jackson, I watched us for the longest. We didn't have names on the back of the jersey. Mississippi Valley didn't have names on the back of the jersey. I like, even sometimes Grambling didn't have it until
Somebody, I
this
think,
way.
I don't know if it was Brandy. They said that their letters was off. They was like extra wide number, like the letters was extra double big or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, after a while, I just remember the number. So
Yeah. So my whole thing is it's one of them things where like it's all up to how the school wants it to be, like, the players and the coach. Now if that's how they want it, that's how they will want it.
well, now players, to a player's point, as a recruiting tool, they highlighted, putting the names of the social media on their practice
The
jersey or their
practice
practice
jerseys.
shirts and stuff like that. I could see the appeal for that. Basically, he's wanting for Coach McNair to evolve and include some of this stuff so that they can promote it as, if you come to Alcorn State, this is what we have. So for me, I feel like it can be a fair and a balance where you can have all of those old school fundamentals and then intertwine some of that stuff. But I don't know. I felt like some things like the social media and making the school look good, like you don't have social media. They don't even have no post up there. I think the last post that they had was from a while ago. So they're not active on their social media page.
So like
I don't even think, I haven't even seen. Now, I'm not saying Coach Fred McNair needs to be active, but the last, I mean, they just reposted a whole bunch of stuff from like March and July. Like, they don't have anything updated on here since last season. I don't know if they lost the password or what, but there's nothing on there. And that's the Alcorn State football Twitter page. It has over 24,000, almost 24,000 followers, and they're not active. And the thing with social media is the head coach doesn't necessarily have to do social media, because let's just keep it a buck. Coach Prime really don't know how to do social media either. His kids be doing stuff for him. But
don't do social media.
I
Maynard
mean,
don't do social media.
it's not about them doing it. They need to find somebody that's going to do it for them, because that's how you recruit kids. Like, Twitter is literally, even if
But
you're not on Twitter, you literally need a Twitter to recruit. Like, that's literally where people send. I have never, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I've never seen a offer given through Facebook. At bare minimum, you have to have active Twitter page. That's how everything is disseminated, the huddle. That's how you send an offer. That's how you promote your program to all these millions of.
really, but really, you really don't have to have Twitter. You can have Instagram. You can still have Facebook, but it just depends on who is actually running the show. I understand. We see all the people that have off. These kids, they come up with say, okay, Southern committed. I committed to Southern, or Southern offered me. My thing about this is the fact that it don't matter where you disseminated from. Brett Mill had been doing this for years at Alcorn, and at the time before COVID came about, they were winning. So they didn't. So he, if it ain't to him, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or if
I think just in the last couple of years, though, these 16, 17, 18-year-olds are very heavy in social media. I haven't seen any Facebook post where like the younger kids don't even be on Facebook like that. They be on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And on Twitter is where you have all of the on Twitter and Instagram is where you have all of the On3 and like it's a $1 billion industry for all of that stuff where you have the 4 and 5 stars being named. I just think for Alcorn it's a beautiful campus, and by highlighting what you do have, the positives that you do have is what you should be offering. Just like the atmosphere, the rivalries, those are things that Alcorn should be highlighting, and the prestige. That's why I was kind of like hesitant about Grambling hiring a celebrity coach, because I don't like that narrative that in order for a football program to succeed, they need a celebrity to come save it. Like Grambling needs to revitalize Eddie Robinson era and revitalize. I think that Hugh was doing a good job, but it wasn't translating. Like he was on social media, but some of the stuff was kind of like off.
Well, yeah.
And then some people say that those players that he had when he was winning were from Jay Hobson.
I mean, well, yeah, but still, you still got to coach them. It don't matter if whoever.
No, I'm saying that he was basically getting the accolades of a Jay Hobson program. Fred didn't do the transfer portal, but he got his last quarterback from the portal. People that don't know you bought folks into what's in their head. Fred didn't do the transfer portal. I mean, a lot of people had to warm up to the transfer portal and figure out what it is. At the end of the day, it is a risk that you take when you're getting a student from a transfer portal. If they come to you and they're saying, I didn't get that much playing time and they was really good in high school, and you take a chance on them, versus when they've been in JUCO and they get their degree and they're transferring up. So there's a difference between those type of players, which are the JUCO players that actually get their associate's degree, and then somebody who probably went to a Power 5, sat on the bench, was really good in high school and said, I want an opportunity to play. It's a risk that you take. I remember Maynard got like a ridiculous amount of DBs out of the transfer portal.
And they would want to work two pennies under my damn feet.
I think he got like 17 DBs out the transfer portal. I was like, what in the world is he doing?
Because his boy was getting cooked.
Well, when you got coaches on your staff that want to train your best players to go to the next power, to hit the Power 5 after they do good, I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, let's talk about that too, man. Because I really didn't get into that because yesterday I was working most of the day. Mm-hmm. But let's get into that because I'm fully aware about what was going on with that. It was a statement that, first of all, it should have never been made in the first place. It should have never been made, but if that's how you feel, partner, that's how you feel. But at the end of the day, everything don't need to be said, but that's the landscape that we live in right now.
I'm gonna pull up the apology. Yeah,
and pull up Maynard.
I don't know if this apology is Chat GPT. Listen, AI has taken over.
Maynard just put out a statement earlier too. So
yeah, I got the statement from Coach Maynard. As the head football coach at this wonderful academic institution, Alabama A&M University, I pride myself on leading with excellence. My staff and I are committed and dedicated to serving the university and the young men with the utmost respect. This week, we did not exemplify those standards. A staff member made a statement that did not align with our mission. Many of our loyal fans, alumni, and students strongly feel this is not who we are as a university, and I concur. As a result of his actions, Coach Dwayne Taylor has apologized and regrets his statement that negatively impacted the Bulldog Nation. As the leader of this program, I have acted swiftly and firmly, not only to address, but to prevent this type of egregious action from occurring again within my program. Please understand that our student athletes, coaches, and staff are committed to bringing another championship to this amazing university. We are honored to serve. I mean, it was a nice apology. I felt like Coach Dwayne should have been. I felt like, to me, he should. I don't know. I'm not trying to call it for nobody's head, but I felt like the way that it was disseminated, the fact that it had over 100,000 views, and that I felt like it tarnished the program, and then it also made you side eye looking at some of the really talented receivers and players that went to Alabama A&M, and then they magically transferred to Power 5. It makes the conspiracy theories start rolling around in your head. Like, is he the pipeline? Like, if you get any good players, send them over to us. And then today, Juwan Howe committed to South Carolina, so it was kind of like bittersweet. Like, damn.
Oh no, he was gonna. Kobe said he was gonna go there anyway. He was gonna go there regardless.
What you mean he was gonna go there regardless? Regardless of what?
Whoever else was gonna come after him, he was gonna go to South Carolina.
How? Unless you had a good year, you wasn't.
He had a good year.
No, I'm saying, I know that, but I'm saying you were gonna go to South Carolina. Only if you had a good year, right? Only if you had a good year where you going, but it speaks to, because South Carolina. I mean, I understand that Coach Buddy Pugh is retiring, but Coach Buddy Pugh's not about that. And there's been so many players that have came out of Buddy Pugh's program that certain HBCUs don't stand for that. And South Carolina State is one of them. For the most part, Buddy Pugh is another coach that does not necessarily utilize the transfer portal. And he coaches up, develops his players, and they go to the NFL. So what I'm saying is, after Coach Taylor made that statement, and then for that to happen today, it was kind of cringy, because it was like, dang. I felt like Juwan Howe would have succeeded if he would have stayed under Chennis Berry.
Yeah, he would have succeeded, but I'm be on real honest with you.
It's kind of like he built Juwan Howe up to go to South Carolina. So
no, but what I'm saying,
the Power Fives are looking at you. You know, South Carolina State overall, they didn't necessarily have a good season, but it just perpetuates that narrative for me. They don't necessarily have a good season because they're always playing higher competition.
But you can't really blame about them playing a higher competition. It's just the fact that they in the MEAC, they got 6 teams in the MEAC, so they had to do what they got to do to get the competition out there. It doesn't, to me, it don't matter if you're playing higher competition, lower competition. Football is always going to be football. To me, that's all it is. And I understand you, because in a sense, you looking at it as from a you looking at it as from a mother standpoint. I'm looking at it as far as from a if I was a player, it don't matter. If we out there on the 100 yards right here, and I gotta buckle my chin strap the same way you do it, we gonna go out here and get it done. And after that, you know what I'm saying? Exchange numbers or whatever, and keep in contact. Like Instagram.
I look at it as a perpetuation of robbing. I look at it as perpetually trying to rob HBCUs. HBCUs are trying to have a football renaissance, and you have people on your coaching staff that believe that it's not a renaissance, it's a place to train folks so that they can go to the Power Five, which, by the way, Juwan Howell is a anomaly for going to Power Five. Let's just keep
that's what I'm saying.
Let's just keep that a buck. He's an anomaly, and we've had some really good running backs at HBCUs that decide to go up to Power Five, and they kind of get lost in the sauce. They have like 1,000 yards in one season, and then they're barely getting 200 at the Power Five level, and it's just probably because of the level of competition and the opportunity to be able to show your worth.
I don't think it's just level. I don't think it's level competition. I think some people get out there like if it's their first game.
What about Savion then? Savion had 1,000 yards. Why wasn't he able to convert to a decent season in Colorado?
Because they were horrible in running the football. They were horrible in running the football. They were horrible with their offensive line. Their leading rusher that they have right now, who's leading the program, he had 500 yards.
You talking about Harrison? Who is it? The tight end?
Hankerson. Not Hankerson. It was it ain't McCaskill. It was one of them dudes. But what I'm saying is horrible. Like to me when it comes,
I kind of felt like
I'm not. I give you another example. Ja'Cory Merritt with Alabama State. He's at New Mexico. The dude scored 16 touchdowns this season and had over 1,000 yards. And he came from Alabama State. So it can be done. It can be done. But I can't put Savion in there because the way that team was constructed was not constructed for them to even win the freaking game. Like to win. It was just constructed like you just there just to be there. But I'm about to get into it. I'm into stats. Actually, Dylan Edwards was the leading rusher with 321 yards. Second leading rusher.
That's the leading?
Yes. Anthony Hankerson was right behind him. 2 yards behind him with 319.
I mean, if we really keeping it a buck, they really wasn't trying to run the ball in Jackson either. It was on some Hail Mary stuff that they started putting Wilkerson. They started putting Wilkerson in there to save the day because they weren't able. A lot of times they weren't able to move the needle, so they put Wilkerson in there to save the day.
Nah, can't. I gotta push back on that right there. They had to run the ball because they didn't want Shedeur to be knocked on his ass another 35 times in the season. They had to run the ball.
Wait, are you talking about in Jackson?
In Jackson. They had to run the ball. They didn't want to put Shedeur's first season in Jackson, he got sacked 35 times. His sophomore year, he was only sacked 23. Reason why he was sacked only 23 times, because you can run the ball. The offensive line was a little bit better than what it was from the season before. Remember, our leading rusher the year before in 21 was Peyton Pickett, and he only rushed for like 600 yards. Our offensive line was horrible. Our run game was horrible. So Shedeur had to do a lot more in his freshman year. His sophomore year, it was more easier because you could take the pressure off of Shedeur by running the ball with Savion, by running the ball with Santee, by Moultrie didn't even get a game like that. JD Martin really didn't play like that. So you had where you had it to where you ran the ball and it was easy for Shedeur. And then also opened up the passing game because people are trying to stick 6, 7, 8 folks in the box where if Shedeur see that he about to audible. He about to straight up audible out of that whatever offense that they in, whatever play that they doing, he's audible out of that. He's going over the top. He's beating you over the top. That's the reason why the man had 40 touchdowns last season, compared to 30 his freshman year, and then compared this season to like 24, 25 this season. And remember, he didn't even play the last game of the season. But in a sense, with what we see with the Power Five, people going up to the Power Five, or just the Group of Five, just FBS period. Like I said, Ja'Cory Merritt ran for over close to 1,000 yards, had 16 touchdowns. He came from Alabama State. Juwan Howell, what he did at South Carolina State as a true freshman was pretty much almost the same in the same sense as what freaking Adrian Peterson did at Oklahoma his freshman year. It was one of the things where it was an anomaly. But I knew when I seen the offer that he got from South Carolina, he's going to South Carolina. He's going to be a Gamecock, because I think he wanted to be a Gamecock all along. So, but the way, and I agree with what Amber was saying. It kind of, what his statement was, it kind of validate the statement of what's going on in college football. It's not even just with HBCUs; it's at FCS. Like, you can go to, let's say you go to Sacramento State. I give you a play. Deron Bland went to Sacramento State. He plays for the Cowboys right now. He went to Sacramento State. He was at Sac State for like a couple of years. Then he transferred over to Fresno State. And he got drafted. He wasn't even a high draft pick. I think he was like 4th or 5th round in the draft for the Cowboys. And what he doing now, he has like 14 interceptions in his first 2 years as a Dallas Cowboy. 5 pick sixes this season alone. So what Coach Taylor is saying, it kind of does validate. But like you said, everything don't.
That's two players that went.
Like, even let's say Niles Gaddy, same thing. I mean, Niles Gaddy had a decent season this past year.
Niles Gaddy graduated from Jackson State, so I don't count players that graduate. I don't count those.
I gotta count it. It don't matter if you graduated or not. I gotta count it. He had a decent season this year for Missouri, and they are in a New Year's Six Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. Because they were just close to going to the SEC championship out of the West. It was that close. Let's see. Shane Hooks didn't really do anything. Of course, we seen Herman Smith. He went up to Idaho State. He did some things at Idaho State. Now he back in the transfer portal again. You know what I'm saying? We saw John Huggins. Yes, he did graduate, but he went into the portal We thought he was gonna be at New Mexico State. He decided nope, that ain't for me. I'm gonna come back. He came back, and what he do? He did well with Jackson State. Oh, I mean, but the thing is, it doesn't. To me, it don't matter. D3 to D2, D2 to FCS, FCS to FBS. It's always going to be some sort of stepping stone for these kids to go to and try to get their name, their name, and they, if they want to play, they gonna play.
The only difference for HBCUs though is if you start at HBCU and you say you want to transfer, that's how that's how the GSR can continually be bad. That's also how your APR is in the trash. So
the APR to me is freaking racially biased anyway.
We know that they're racially biased, but it doesn't all the same. The GSR basically gives a time frame of 6 years for a player to get their degree, and if you don't get your degree or if you leave, it's automatically a mark against you. So with that same mindset and the way the transfer portal works, I didn't even look at Alabama A&M's GSR, but I would imagine that you would take a major hit if you have kids that are starting out at HBCUs as freshmen and transferring out, that would affect their bottom line.
Well, it's one of them things that
he apologized and he said that he didn't mean it how he said it, or it was misinterpreted. So
yeah,
we shall see.
We shall see. And we shall see what happens tomorrow with this dang on coach stuff. So it's Saturday. I'm gonna stream the game Saturday. How do you do that? You don't monetize your thing, right?
Oh no, when I stream a game, I don't monetize. Because you'll flag your whole thing. You'll get flagged.
Yeah.
So that's going to be on ABC though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you join me on Saturday. That's the reason why I ain't going. My boy Los asked if I was going to Jerry World Saturday. I'm not going to go to Jerry World because South Oak Cliff plays 11 o'clock Saturday morning. That's too early. And it's going to be about 40,000 people up in there. And then after that, it is Duncanville versus North Shore Part 5. I'm tired of these two teams playing each other. Part 5 in the state championship game. That's at 3.
You should have went and got your credentials and been covering it.
I gotta work Saturday.
Oh, okay.
That's the reason why. And then Saturday night, DeSoto going up against Humboldt Summer Creek at 7 o'clock. Hey, that's Saturday. Those are the last games for Saturday. I know some teams played tonight. Yesterday was our class 1A, which in reality is 6-man football. If you ever, we play 6-man football. If you ever watch 6-man football, you'd be like, "What the hell going on?" It's pretty much like playing flag football, but with pads. So you got 1A, 2A, then 2A, then 3As, and then 4A was tonight, and then I know some 4As and 5A schools is tomorrow, and then 6A, 5A Division 2 and 6A, both divisions are Saturday. Mr. Price said Duncanville DeSoto got it, and then Sappho Clip man. That man, I'm telling y'all, that man, Mr. Todd, is building a freaking dynasty on 3601 South Marsalis Avenue, y'all. But yeah, man, we y'all gotta watch that if you are in the area, man. If you're in the area, and then the rest of the bowl games start off this Saturday too. So so the Celebration Bowl is the kickoff. It's the kicker for all bowl games this weekend. Also, shout out to Fort Valley State yesterday for winning the inaugural Florida Beach Bowl 23-10 over Johnson C. Smith. That game was on, I thought it was on HBCU Go. It was actually on HBCU Plus at the actual the presentation of that game was actually amazing. And the numbers that came out, over 700,000 folks watched that game yesterday. 700,000, over 700,000, like 724,000 folks watched that game yesterday on HBCU Plus. And for a game to be on a Wednesday in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and it was raining, but it was a good football game. I did get to watch a little bit of that. So, Mr. Edward, I think Alito is playing Friday. And if people don't know who Alito is, look at the 11 state championships that they got.
That's in Texas.
That's in Parker County, which is a little bit outside of Fort Worth. In fact, I got I'm gonna pull up the newspaper. So, what you think about the interview with DJ and then the impromptu with Jesse?
It was great. I think you should do more interviews with the student athletes. You know, Jincy has his own. I don't know if he talked. I missed that part on whether.
No, we didn't talk about that. So I'm
okay. The Life of Jincy, his podcast. But I love that. See, DJ Stevens. That's definitely like a great story to highlight because there was a lot of talent that was already on that Jackson State team. The CJ Holmes, Warren Newman, DJ Stevens. What's the linebacker?
Aubrey, Keontae.
No, not
Keontae.
Hampton. There's a lot of talent that was on the Jackson State roster before Prime got here that stayed, and they were able to highlight how talented they were with the new that came in.
So hold on, Mr. Edwin, Alito is taking on Smithson Valley tomorrow night at 7. So that's the nightcap game right there for Class 5A Division 1. 4A Division 1 is tomorrow morning at 11. That is Anna versus Tyler Chapel Hill. 4A Division 2 tomorrow is Gilmer versus Belleville. That's at 3 o'clock. 3A Division 1 is Malakoff versus Franklin. That was today. I got to see who won the game. 3A Division 2 was today. Gunter versus Ty Haven. So I think that game just finished up. 2A Division 1, Timpson won 49-7 over Tolar. Class 2A Division 2. That game was this morning. Albany versus Mark. Mark got a great team in it for a small school. But yeah. Yeah, we we was talking. Oh yeah, and we was talking about Ethan Louisville. Oh, let me see. Hold on. The big tackle from DeSoto. So the guy you talk about, Mr. Price, that is Byron Washington. He is all right. You ready, Timona?
I'm ready.
He is 6'9", 400 pounds, and he's only a junior.
Oh wow.
I don't think he still has. I think he got one offer, and I think that offer came after the Duncanville game. Yeah, who checking for him? Shit, somebody need to be checking for him.
Oh, there's tea.
Go get some water.
Somebody need to be checking for him.
You got.
We were talking about Ethan and him bringing the Lou to the Jack. I love it. I love it. I love it. Who would ever thought that HBCU would bring their happy tail up here to the suburbs of the Metroplex, especially a school like Louisville.
So do you know who is the which coach is the link to that?
I don't know what coach is the link to that. I promise you, I really don't.
I don't know if I wanted to know who
Now
recruited Quay Davis because
with Ziggy and Quay, it's their father, their dad. I talked to their dad. Cool as hell. He want his boys to play at HBCU, preferably Jackson State. In fact,
well, I know that
all his
Ethan Terrell, he's a legacy football player actually.
right.
His grandfather is the late Gregory Barrett.
Played on the same team with Walter Payton.
Yep, and Robert Brazil, and he played under Bob Hill. And then his mom is a graduate of Jackson State University.
She cool as hell.
her mom and his grandma was a JSET. And I think she also said that her dad's brothers also went to Jackson State and they played for W.C. Gordon.
Yeah.
So I think that one of the important pieces, of course, is that Ethan Terrell, of course, is able to flip some of his O-line that's he's in school with. He's able to bring them with I think Quay was already helped, of course.
Yeah, Quay helped it. Well. Yeah, Quay helped out getting his brother, getting Devin, getting
I said, well, shoot, he's taking half the damn offensive line with him.
Pretty much. And we was talking about the facilities and stuff like that here in Texas. Like I said, if you ever come down here, you look at some of the stadiums that we have here in Texas, they look better than some of the FCS stadiums around the country. FCS. I ain't just say HBCU, I said FCS. Like the stadium in McKinney ISD Stadium is pretty much state of the art. Melissa High School just built a new stadium like a year or two ago. State of the art. Prosper just built the high school stadium, which is very nice. And then they try to do another one, so because they're Prosper is growing so fast out here. So they were like, we need to get another one out there. They were but they rejected that one. That was like a $94 million bond that they wanted to do. But like I said, Allen was the start of the high school stadium playpen. And when I say like literally, they have a golf simulator underneath the stadium. Their weight room is underneath the stadium. It's true. It's true, and that's what happens when, and then too when it happens like that when you have over 7,000 kids and it's a one high school town.
So it's like Oklahoma State University, but a high school.
It's like
OSU. That's basically what OSU is. It's just like the school is the town.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yep, we got luggage and it's Louis. We got our Louis luggage from Louisville.
And my JSU contacted Louisville. No, man. I only went to I went to 2 games this year. I went when they played Coppell. Like I said, they got slanted to death in that game. And then me and my boy, because it was me and my boy Aaron Sanders, we went to the Coppell game, and then when we see them, they played was it Marcus? Hey, what was that last game that they played? It was just tip of my tongue right now.
Did they win that one? I know you was telling me about.
They won. They won that. They won the second. They won the one I went. The second one I went to.
Let me see. Plano West. Plano.
Yeah, Plano West. Plano. It was Plano East. They played Plano East. No, it wasn't Plano East. It was Plano High School. It was Plano High School. Plano Senior High. Yeah, that's who they played, and they won that game. I still got pictures because I got the development. We got Randy. Was it? Oh, that's Mr. Nate right there. Was it Plano? I thought it was Plano.
They won Plano West. They beat them 57-6. Plano, just regular Plano, they beat them 42-10. Plano
that was
East,
the
Plano East, they beat 26-3. So I guess you could just pick any another. Dang, that Allen game. That was a hard game. They lost by 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
It was 18-17 that they lost. But
the Highland Park game was a tough one too.
So is that how they missed out on the championship? Is that loss?
Nah, they because they lost to Coppell,
Coppell was undefeated.
Yeah, they was undefeated. Coppell was the district champion. Louisville was the runner-up. So basically, it determines wherever your enrollment is. That's how you get into the play. That's where they place you in the playoff. So,
all right. Well, I'm about to get off of here so I can put my son to sleep. You have a good night. I'll tune in on Saturday.
All right. You're gonna have to show me how to do this thing on Saturday.
What?
Nah, not messing with you. I'm just saying you gotta show me how to.
I have to show you before Saturday because I'm gonna be driving. My
grandpa's to celebrate? Oh,
no, my grandpa's funeral's on Monday, and so I'm gonna drive half a day Saturday, half a day Sunday. I should be in St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good night.
But oh man, great night, great interview. Appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Again. Appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Make sure y'all go check out the sponsor, Merch Sports, shopmerchsports.com. Go check them out. Get your hoodie, get your t-shirt. All you FAMU folks, back to brag shirts. I'm not gonna touch it. If you're a hooper, get your Hoop Guys Goddesses collection. Make sure you get that. Check it out, and hopefully we'll probably come up with a discount code. We're supposed to be coming up with a discount code, so I'm gonna get back with him on that, and I'm gonna let him know what's up. Other than that, Uh, other than that, man, I'm your boy. I'm your host, Doc Holiday. This has been HBCU Tonight. As always, being shown by HBCU Overdrive with the Overdrive family. Make sure that you like, stream, comment, share, most of all, subscribe to the channel. Am I coming to the championship parade? You gotta win it first. Play the game, win it first, and then we'll talk. Then we'll talk. If you haven't done it by now, make sure you donate to the channel. Cash App, hit the PayPal, hit the Zelle. We trying to still get some more stuff going on right now as far as lighting and some more. Probably get another soundboard because this one is kind of busted. And we got some other stuff, a green screen. So I'm gonna see how much all that is and get a number, and we gonna go with that. But like I said, condolences to Sis, to Mona, with her grandfather passing away. Condolences to Antonio, who's burying his grandfather tomorrow on Saturday. So let them know that everybody is in my prayers. Anyway, it ain't 2 teams per district no more. That was back when I was in high school. It's actually 4 now. 4 teams per district. But other than that, man, make sure y'all hit the donation. Make sure y'all hit the donation. This is how we keep the channel running. This is how we keep the bills paid on the channel. So make sure y'all hit the donation. Doesn't take a lot to do that, but hit it, get it, and you done. But as always, we're going to take one last commercial break. And we are out this thing. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Hug your loved ones. As always. Because they here one day, next day they go. But we out this thing. Check out the commercial again. One last time. Peace.
Yo, it's your boy Doc Holiday with HBCU Overdrive. And I am proud to sponsor Merch Sports. Check out his new line of collection, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. It's basically designed to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of black college football. And as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So go ahead and check it out over at shopmerchsports.com. Merch Sports. Merch for the sports enthusiasts.